Welcome to VDG Sports. I'm your host, Douglas Gregory. How to improve MLB's draft. How do we improve MLB's draft? It's not like any other sports league draft. In fact, most people probably didn't know it existed. They just thought that players just showed up and turned up and they were part of a baseball team. I can assume that because nobody really watches baseball and the numbers allow me to assume that, and so I'm just going to call it a fact. How to improve something that nobody really pays attention to or watch to begin with, and that's that sport of baseball. Well, have a major network take over, have a major network promote it and sell it off, and let the masses know when it's going to be available to watch, when it's going to be available to consume. And they may more likely than not make it a full week event. If that's the case, rock with it, roll with it. Basically, go with it. Go with the flow. Then you can just not tell anybody, go that direction. Because if you don't tell anybody, does it really exist? Does it really take place? Does it really happen if no one knows that it's taking place or occurring? That's a serious question. A serious question. But there are pitfalls that are built in to baseball itself that makes it a little bit more difficult or harder for just the average casual fan to hop in and hop out of something as important as a draft in sport. Because with baseball, the players that are taken, either they go to a university, a college, or they go to the team's minor league, or they do something else, or they try doing what was asked of them at the beginning, not that beginning, but the beginning of time. And the reason that I'm being so flippant with that is baseball draftees, players getting drafted in baseball, they don't come right to the league like other sports. So that built-in disadvantage or advantage, depending on how you're looking at it, is unique to baseball. Basketball, if you're good enough, you go right into that team. Some might play a little more, might not. Football, if you're good enough, you will play. Football, if you're good enough, you will get opportunities and chances to play. You will be known. Your name will be a household name, meaning people that support that team will understand and have the knowledge base of who that player is and what they need to do to be on the first 11. To be on the first 11. In other sports, there are other things as well. I can mention all or none. But baseball, those players drafted don't go right into the league. They go somewhere else. They go into a system. They go to the university. They go to a college. They go to the minor leagues. They go away. Not heard of until they are either doing extremely well or doing extremely bad. If they are just mediocre, if they are just up and down, and not too high and not too low, you would never hear about them, because only if they're a bust or doing extremely well when you hear about the player that's being, or the player that was drafted in baseball. And so with that built in, that disadvantage built in, you're already behind. You're already behind. The player taken, or the players taken, won't be heard of until years and years down the road, down the line. That sounds like a hockey problem. But even in hockey, they get an opportunity to show off their drip, get an opportunity to show off their skill set, an opportunity to show off how the family get down. Baseball, well, they try. They try. There are ways to fix this issue. Some mentioned, some haven't been mentioned. There are ways to just accept the disadvantage, accept the advantages, and just go from there. But there has to be a solid plan. It has to be some focus, because going down and doing the same thing that's been done for years isn't working. It isn't growing. It isn't doing the things that baseball, MLB more specifically, needs to do to stick around. We're here to help. We are here to help. How can you determine, or how can you help MLB draft? Network, players. There are so many choices, but there isn't a wrong answer.